Raising tweens and teens is a journey into the unknown, and you never know what's coming or what to expect. Childhood development expert Ellen Galinsky spent 9 years researching hundreds of children from ages 9 to 19 and found a lot of common stereotypes are not actually true.
She's sharing her findings in a new book, The Breakthrough Years, a new scientific framework for raising thriving teens. And Ellen joins us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a sizable study, 1,500 kids, and one of the takeaways is they want to help, not be helped, and that seems counterintuitive to what we call the helicopter parent, which seems to be very prevalent for our generation. Where's the disconnect?
Adolescents need to learn how to get to be on their own, to move away from their families, and so it's really important for us as parents to help them learn the skills to do that. And part of that is wanting to be helpers. They tend to thrive. They're much more likely to thrive if they can help other people. There's a need that they have to contribute. I'm looking at the protesters in the news today in Chicago, and I think it's would be wonderful if we gave young people lots of opportunities to do good things to improve their communities. You can see that they want a voice, that young people care, they want to make the world a better place. So in schools and families, if we could give them opportunities to be helpers and to contribute to making the world a better place, I think we would have a lot easier time with the teen years.
I think we all know that social media, it can be tough for kids, and you want to keep your kids off it as long as possible. But I was surprised when you talk to kids, they think social media can be a positive thing. More so, they see the positives more than the negative, or did I not read that right?
I think young people see both the harms and the benefits. We ask them, and there's a new report out from the National Academy of Sciences that looked extensively at the research, and it lists both the harms and the benefits. The benefits include connecting to worlds and information that you might never have access to, particularly for young people who feel excluded. They can find people who share their interests and so forth. That can be a force for good, but it also can take you down algorithms where you start to feel that everyone's perfect and has a curated life, and you're spending a lot of time on it where you might be doing other things. So the president has an effort called Kids Online Health and Safety, and they're going to be releasing a lot of very practical guidelines for how families can help teens and tweens coming up in the next month.
You say keep your kids away from social media as long as possible. What's a good age where you feel it's appropriate for kids to start engaging?
Well, I think that family by family will make that decision.
Yeah, but give me a rough idea.
Well, I think that what families need to do is to think of having a family media plan. And, I think staying off of social media into your teen years, 13, 14 or so forth, but you can't, the just say no approach doesn't work, because young people want autonomy. Efforts to stop smoking or other sorts of things found that if you play into or use young people's need for autonomy and help them come up with solutions in making a family media plan, it's going to cause less conflict than our just, I think that there need to be family rules, but kids need to be part of it.
I was also surprised that you said that, a lot of kids that you talk to really don't mind their parents and like spending time with them. That's good news, right?
Parents are the biggest influence in the adolescent's life, and that's not a guilt trip. That means that this is the time that the brain is developing. It's almost as formative as the very early years of development. It's a time when we're learning skills. So back to your question about helicopter parents, we need to help them learn the skills to manage the life, because they're not going to be with us forever.
Well, the book is The Breakthrough Years, a new scientific framework for raising thriving teens. For more, you can check out ellengalinsky.com or follow Ellen on social media. Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Ellen.
My pleasure.